Hey everyone, I'm Carol Dunlop and welcome back to the Online Business Success Summit. So happy to have you here. We've come down to just about the end. We got just one or two more presentations for you, and I have someone that you are going to totally just fall in love with when you hear her speak. I've known her for about a year or so, but I'm going to allow her to introduce herself. Lougenia is going to come on board in just a second. Now, you know I don't like to chit-chat and all that stuff. We are getting straight to the nitty-gritty, the meat of this subject. So let me, without any further ado, bring Lougenia on. Hey, Lougenia, how you doing?
Hi, Cal. How are you?
I am awesome. How are you today? Because I know this whole thing was kind of challenging for you because I'm making you step outside the box, right?
Right.
But that's a good thing. That's a good thing to step outside the box because, you know, I think people out there need to know that everyone wasn't born with a video in one hand and a microphone in the other and a camera like stuck on their forehead. Everyone has to go through, you know, the learning curve and the changes, and you've done really well from that because this has been we've been pulling you out of the comfort zone so you can do your magnificent stuff that you do, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Well, we're going to get into this. I know everyone can't wait to hear from you, so why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us what you're going to be talking about today, and we're going to get into this thing.
Well, thank you, Cal. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity to step out of the box. As a matter of fact, we are kicking the box down
I
totally.
know. Boom, it's gone. Out of
Boom, it's
here.
gone. Out. Okay. Out with the
Yes,
old and in with the new. And so,
exactly.
that's exactly what I had to do about 7 years ago as a spiritual life coach. I had to step out of the box of tradition and move
Mhm.
into where people were gathering virtually online. And so I'm
Mhm.
super excited to be a part of this virtual summit because that's where the people are today. We
That's
know
true.
retail and business in the brick and mortar traditional buildings are not faring the way that they had planned. And
Right.
virtual marketing, virtual selling, virtual everything is
Mhm.
really going big, big, big. And so, why not ministry? Why not spirituality? And so
Exactly.
that was the driving factor for me when I received the download in my spirit to go
Mm.
and start a virtual ministry, but yet continue as a business as well. So talking about kicking the box, there's no longer a box, okay?
There isn't. There isn't. And you are doing something that is really out of the box. That's really kind of, I don't know, but it's if you think about it, it's really not that different because we've had televangelists for a long time. You know, we've been looking at TV and following along with Joel Osteen and all these other ministers. But how is this different, being online, being virtual, than it is being on television? How is this different?
Well, it's different in several ways. Number one, the reach and the scope of virtual business, virtual ministry is far larger than anything
Mhm.
you could reach in a building or at a stadium or any convention venue. And so,
Mhm.
right there, you have access to millions of people globally around the world. So, number one, it's
Wow.
bigger. Number two, it gives you opportunities to reach people one on one, also in
Mhm.
a large group setting as well. So you can always reach the masses and at the same time reach the individual one on one. And so it's
Mhm.
huge, it's big, it's out of the box totally because there's no limits. There are no
Yeah.
limits. We can be online 24/7. So you can reach people around the world at any given moment, at any given time, from the convenience of your home. It doesn't
True.
get any better than that.
That's true. You know, that's funny that you say that because I recently, a new client recently came to me, and she's actually in the process of becoming a spiritual coach, a spiritual life coach.
Okay.
And she was saying that she was kind of having a difficulty finding people who could kind of relate to that spiritual life coach thing, and she was getting kind of pushback. So tell me about your how you've overcome that, because I know I was telling her, look, I got two or three people I can introduce you to right now who are either spiritual life coach, spiritual health and wellness coach. They're spiritual, some kind of something that they help somebody that's in spirituality, Christianity, ministry, and they are doing this. So tell me how you overcame that, because we're talking 7 years ago. They weren't talking about spiritual life coaches in.
Yes, yeah. Well, like anything, Cal, you have to be true to yourself. You have
Mhm.
to find your authentic voice, okay, your authentic calling and purpose. And once you really get clear, and I'm talking crystal clear about your mission,
Mhm.
about your purpose, about your voice, and what you're bringing to people, then the venue is really secondary.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
first, be clear. First, be true to yourself. First, find your own voice and own it. Okay. Own
Mhm.
your voice, own your mission, own your vision. And so, whether your venue be virtual or it be traditional, you're going to reach people. That should be the driving factor to make a difference, to make an impact, to really get to the core of what it is that you provide, to change lives, to
Right.
transform lives. That's what spirituality is all about
That's true.
transformation. So
That's true.
whether we're
That's true.
doing it virtually or we're doing it online, offline, internet, brick and mortar building, it's really
Mhm.
second. So first, the vision. They tell you in starting any business that location is everything. But first you have to
Right.
know your business. What is it that you want to do or
Yeah.
provide? What is the difference
Mhm.
that you bring into the marketplace? And so once you get clear about the vision, then location, virtual, there's nothing better.
That's true. That's true. Because you and I met virtually. I think it was in one of the groups that I love,
Oh
and one
my
of the things
goodness,
that I talk
yes.
about in my book that's coming out in March, using other people's audience. I call it the OPA concept, other people's audience, where you were online in this group, I was online in this group, and I think I put a post out about Fiverr or something, and you responded to it, and that's been like over a year ago, and we've been working together. So that's where it is. Your clients are virtual, and you may not think they are, but they are, and people are paying attention to every single thing you do. Whether Facebook gives you that thing that two people saw your post or whatever, people are paying attention to things, and I'm glad that we met each other, and I'm glad that I was able to help you pull, get out of that box, because I'm sure that it really still hasn't been easy for you, because you are often in ministry and a woman and you're online. Tell us about how difficult that has been for you to make this transition, because you are a minister, you are a woman of God, and you are taking that word out to people. So kind of tell us about that journey a little bit, and how you've been able to be successful, because I know you truly are successful. I love it.
Oh wow, thank you. Here's the thing. With any ministry, with any vision, there is a team to make the dream come to pass.
Mhm.
And so I consider you as a part of my virtual team. You
Thank
have
you.
helped me to really transition some rough patches,
Mhm.
to get the things up that I need, like lead pages and sale pages and all of the connecting pieces behind the scene.
Right.
You've been the key, and you are a key part of the team. So let me just say to you publicly, thank you for doing an awesome, awesome, brilliant job. You make it easy
Oh, and thank
for
you.
me to come forward and to be a part of my people that I serve in a virtual
Mhm.
way. And so the transition would have been extremely difficult without God's grace and God's guidance.
True.
And so
Yes.
I rely on Him. I talk with Him. God is talking all the time. He's speaking all the time. And if we would have an ear to hear and a heart
Mhm.
to receive, He will order your steps. It wasn't by accident that I landed on Facebook. And we
Right.
know there are 3 billion people a
I
day
know, I know.
on
Yes.
Facebook.
Yes.
Okay? It's
Yes.
nobody but God that I would be
Mhm.
in a particular group at a
Mhm.
certain time where you made a certain post
Yes.
offering services that were undeniably what I needed in that moment. and I was
Mhm.
clamoring at the keyboard trying to respond as quickly as possible. And we took it
Right.
even further. We started inboxing and messaging,
Right.
and then it was
Mhm.
email, and then it was
Mhm.
actually a live conversation on the phone. And so
Right.
I truly believe, Cal, that God ordered my steps. See, when you're in agreement, when you're in alignment with His perfect will, His word, and
Mhm.
His way, He orders your steps. And so He
True.
ordered Lougenia to meet Carol at a certain time, at a certain date on Facebook. Because,
Yes.
I've been on Fiverr and I'm on Instagram and I'm on
Mhm.
Twitter. But at this given moment, only God could know that. At that given
Mhm.
moment, I was directed to connect with you, and it's been life changing for the business because you were able to take me from one step to the next step. And it was a most
Right.
necessary step to grow the brand, to grow visibility, because you must be seen, you must be heard in order to
Mhm.
get paid, no matter what
Yeah.
it is that you're providing in the marketplace. Okay. Because at the end of the day, God has called us to occupy in
Mhm.
our gifts, in our talents, and in our anointing. And when you occupy, you prosper from it. So,
That's right.
it hasn't been an easy transition, but it's been doable.
Mhm.
It's been a step of faith. And in some cases, a leap of faith, like doing this with you right now. Okay.
Yes.
But I
Yes.
recognize it's all about getting to the next level in the new place, in the new year, and the new season. So thank you again.
Well, Eugenia, I want to applaud you for doing that because the reason that I wanted you here and the reason I fought so hard to get you on this summit is because people need to hear your message. And one thing that you may not know that I know, and I know you kind of key into it a little bit, is that you are powerful. I have told you that. I've heard you several times talking, and when you get into the talk, you are into it. You know how to A to B to C to get, because I'm getting all goosebumpy just listening to you talk because you do have a power. You have that presence. You have that. And the thing is that I want everyone to know that's listening to this now, you have what Lougenia has. You do. You truly do. You have your power. You have your presence. You have your God given talents, and you need to get it out there. Now, if you don't have someone who is trying to pull you out of that box, who's trying to make things easy for you, then you need to go find somebody who can do that and make it easy for you. Because like you said, God has ordered your steps already and said you need to be out here doing this stuff. But if you like, no, God, I'm not ready quite yet. That's what Moses was saying too. But what did he
Come
do?
on.
He said, Moses, I'm not listening to that stuff. You need to go get with Aaron and go get your stick and get on out of here because I'm not even, trying to do that. So I don't quite feel like I've had to do that with you because Lougenia was always willing to do the stuff. It's like when you feel confused, and that's why I brought the summit along because I know a lot of people feel confused. They feel overwhelmed. All this technology, I got to do lead pages. I got to do MailChimp. I got to do Aweber. Or I have to do Entreport. Or I have to do, I don't even know what those things are. How do I do it? And we all need a team who is helping us to ascend to that next level so we can get what God has put out there for us. And that's why I wanted your power here. And I fought and I fought and I was like, I'm not letting you allow fear to be in the way of getting this greatness out here. And the other thing I wanted to address is the whole thing of putting God in things because I'm a Christian.
Mm,
I've been a Christian all of my life, as far back as
mhm.
I can remember. I've questioned some things, but I stay straight and true on my path in faith. And I know that God has delivered me, will deliver me, and will continue to deliver me. So I wanted to bring that element in too, because I have more than one person on the summit who is talking about faith-based, Christian-based, just being a part of God. How have you been able to, because I know we had, and I'm asking because we had this conversation before. You started out as a life coach, but how have you ever been able to put that Christianity in there and that God thing, and not have people go, "Wait a minute, I ain't trying to hear about no God. I'm just trying to get my life in order." So, what has your experience been with that, and what kind of advice can you give to someone who is thinking about doing that? Should I put God in here? Should I talk about God? Because I already know what I want to say, but I want your advice to other people.
Well, I do believe that you have to be true to yourself. And when you are true to yourself, you allow the God given light, the brilliance within you to come out. So
Mhm.
people are not looking for a sermon, they're looking for a lifestyle
Oh,
that
say that
is
again.
true.
Say that
People
again.
not looking for a sermon. They're looking for a lifestyle. Okay.
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
when you're comfortable in a relationship with God, you don't have to push any kind of dogma or
Right.
theology. You just be you. You just be real. And people are needing answers and they're looking for solution. And so it's the God in you, okay, in your
Mhm.
being, in your presence, in your conversation, in your lifestyle, how you treat people, how you
Right.
act, how you behave. If the God in you is allowed to be a resident, a full time occupant in your life, it's going to radiate out. And so you
Mhm.
don't have to preach a sermon. You just have to be honest and trustworthy and
Right.
caring and kind and compassionate and patient and hear with an open heart. Listen to people because when you listen, they tell you what their needs are. And
That's
when
true.
you're
Yep.
able to find out what it is that they're seeking and offer the solution, offer the answer, offer the way out, offer comfort. Oh my God, there's so many people hurting in the world today. If you could just
Mhm.
offer a kind word of support, of encouragement, of exhortation, they're going to see the God in you without you ever mentioning the word God.
That is
It's real
so
simple.
true. Yes.
It's so
Yes.
simple.
That is
And
true.
then
That is true.
in engaging with them on a heartfelt level, on a real tangible level, not trying to sell them, not
Mhm.
trying to preach to them, but trying to offer a listening ear with real solutions. People pay for solutions every day.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
so in the relationship, they begin to get some aha moments like, wow, she's really different. What is it that I notice about you that's different? It's refreshing. Okay,
Mhm.
it's awesome. They
Right.
begin to ask you questions. They begin to seek clarity around what is this that I'm feeling or smelling or engaging in, or,
Yeah.
why does it feel like a sunshiny day on a dark, gloomy hour in my
Mhm.
life? When you bring
Yeah.
hope, when you bring light to people's dark areas of hurt and pain and suffering, then you are bringing the very essence of who God is. And that's what it's all about for me. It's not about trying to be God, it's about the God in me, letting Him
Right.
out in a radiant way that will touch people's lives, that will impact people's lives, that will bring answers and solutions and bring them elevation in their situation so they can take power and be empowered to go to the next level, to go into a new day, into a new season, to make the change. Change is hard, Carol. It
Oh
is
yeah.
hard. It's not easy. And so
Mm-mm.
everybody's
Mm-mm.
looking for support. Everybody's needing answers. We're living in a world that's trying to get darker and darker. And so we
Yes.
have to be the light and we have to
Yes.
be the answer.
That
And
is so
above
true.
all, let me add one thing. And we need to be
Okay.
the love. We need to be the love.
Oh,
Yes.
that is true. That is true. Because
Yes.
it would have
Yes.
been so easy for me to try to get everyone on this summit who is a big name, who has thousands of followers, who at any moment's notice, they drop something and people are like, oh, I'm running around. But I'm not saying that some of the people that are on here like yourself, they have a lot of followers. People really clamor to hear them talk, and I know people clamor to hear you talk. But I wanted to have a well-rounded, fulfilling, both in your heart and in your mind type of summit where
Yes.
people could learn what they need to do in business, because nobody's really telling us what we need to do in business. Because if you go in and Google, how do I start a business? You'll get the same tried and true, get you some business cards. You need to do this 1, 2, 3 step that they've been saying for 25 years. So the game has changed. This is a new era. We have to put this online onlineness into this digital. We have to be a part of this digital economy, because if not, we will become irrelevant and be left behind. So
Oh, I
that is
like that. Yes.
that is why I started this. That's why I put this summit together. That's why I brought the people in. And number one, this summit is filled with women, very powerful women who can help people direct their steps, find their way in this business world, because this business world ain't easy. I remember my mom several years ago, she would always say, "Girl, life ain't easy. It ain't easy at all. It's very hard to live." And I was like, "What are you talking about? You just wake up and, of course, I'm a child. What do I know? I wake up and eat food that's already made for me, put on clothes that's already bought. I didn't pay for anything. But once I became an adult, I learned where all that stuff came from. And, now people are they're out there trying not to work for the man. They're actually trying to do something on their own and trying to make their businesses, which brings me around to what you do. You actually help people who want to get into ministry make a business out of that. How did you even think about that's what you wanted to do for your business, help other people become, ministers and stuff? How did you even come up with that?
See, here's the thing that I know, Cal. God orders your steps from the day that you're born. And so
Mhm.
I come from a family of entrepreneurs. My dad
Me
was an
too. Yeah, me
entrepreneur.
too.
Yes, yes, yes. My mother was a teacher, but she had a side hustle. Okay.
Mhm.
We had a
Mhm.
family business. And so with that upbringing and with that exposure, entrepreneurs like part of my bloodstream. And
Right.
so, of course, I took the traditional route and I went to college and I have graduate degrees and I had
Mhm.
a successful corporate career. But
Mhm.
life changes at different points and different
Right.
milestones of life. And so God is always directing and ordering our steps and causing us to fulfill our ultimate destination. And so as I moved and shift into my divine calling of ministry, the question became, well, what do I do with 20 years of entrepreneurship, 12 years of corporate management,
Right.
15 years of nonprofit grassroots management, people
Mhm.
loving and people caring, uh, family background. And so
Mhm.
God began to show me that it all is for a purpose. It all
Right.
comes together. You need to learn how to intertwine and interconnect all of the various seasons and phases of our lives. And so
Mhm.
here I am, an ordained minister
Mhm.
and being elevated in ministry to several key positions in ministry. But then I recognize I'm good at being an entrepreneur. I'm good at handling business. And
Right.
so I learned the key, and this is the key I want to drop right now, that business is ministry
Mhm.
and ministry is business.
All
And
right
it is
now.
not for us to separate the two. If you're
All
truly
right.
serving people, you
Mhm.
are ministering to people. The word minister means servant.
Mhm. Yes.
And so, if you're truly serving people in a business capacity, you are doing ministry. And if you do ministry on an excellent level, then you are conducting business in the marketplace. And so,
Okay.
I am fortunate that I was blessed to know how to combine the two and make a successful niche out of it as a spiritual life coach because I realized people were not being empowered.
Right.
People did not know how to start a business. People did not know how to take a side hustle and create a viable stream of income to the place where you can replace the income from a job.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And believe it or not, the Bible talks often about money and prosperity and wealth
It does.
and
Yes.
health.
Yes.
It talks about being
Mhm.
prosper in your soul, even as
Mhm.
your spirit prosper. And so
Right.
I am fortunate to be able to combine the two and make a living at it. And I might add, I am passionate about it. I love empowering people to the place where they are embracing their voice and their
Right.
power and ultimately their business. And so it's easy when you know who you are and you're
Mhm.
willing to step out of your comfort zone and own your vision and then brand it. Because once you build your brand, the people will come.
That is so true. That is so true. And you said something at the very top when we first started talking was once you get clear on who you're serving, clear on who you want to serve, clear on what you offer them. You get clear on those three things, you build that brand, you're right, people will come. Because why? Because once you have that brand out there and you're saying, hey, this is what I have, this is what I offer, this is who I want to work with, they say, hey, I'm here. I'm I need you, just like you did with me because when I put that post up on Facebook, I wasn't even. I don't know. I don't even know why. Tell you the truth, I don't even know why I put it up there. I was just happy that I was doing well on Fiverr with my Fiverr thing and doing. I think I was writing taglines for people, and that was how it kind of started. And one day I logged into Facebook, and my ad was right there on Facebook. A Fiverr ad said, "Oh, Carol Dunlop." It's an algorithm that goes around. But I was like, "Oh, wow, look at this Fiverr!" And I put it in the group on Coach Speak and Serve, and several people said something about it, and Lougenia and I, just like I talk about in my chapter in the book, we Facebook messaged, we got on the phone, we did a strategy session, and we found out that we were meant for each other. We were meant to work with each other. So, Lougenia, as much as you say that I've done for you, you've done the same for me, because once you answered that post, you say, hey, I need to talk to you. My confidence level went, whoa, yay, somebody really needs me. What? This is working. And then we actually got on the phone, and then we actually created a deal, and we actually signed the contract, and we started working together. I was like, honey, look what I did. Look what I did. Even that just helped me. That just helped me so much know that I was on track. And Lougenia and I, you guys don't know, but Lougenia and I, we talk all the time. And usually when we talk, it's like hours. It's like hours that we talk. I mean, we'll get the business out of the way, and then we just talk. We just talk, because I consider you, Lougenia, as a mentor and a counselor at the same time, and a great person to just bounce things off of, because Lougenia has saved me money for doing stuff, saved me headaches, saved me time, and she's like, and she's just so like, Carol, no, I would not do that. I'm just going to tell you, no, don't do that. And I'm like, oh, okay, Lougenia. And, I do the same thing with her. I'm like, Lougenia, you don't need to be doing this. We need to do that. So inside of this big world of 3 billion people on Facebook, Lougenia and I came together and found out that we could be friends and colleagues in business, and help each other personally. So that is my wish for you guys. Now, Lougenia, I know that you have something very special for our audience as we come down to close this out. What is that you have for everyone that's watching now?
Oh, my. Yes, yes, yes. I want to help every listener here today to make 2017 an exceptional game changer year. And so my special
Hmm.
gift is 17 keys to an exceptional game changer 2017.
Ooh, wow. I love that. I love that. And if you guys look on the bottom of the screen right here, the link is there. I want you to go there and download that, because this is going to be the best year ever. I feel it. I know it. I know Lougenia knows it, and all the people on this summit, they know it too, because when we're getting close to the end. I have like one more presentation after this, but I know all the presentations starting from the beginning, you have felt that power. So all of us want you to take that, wrap it up, and go out into the world and prosper. And 2017 is going to be the best year ever. Right, Lougenia?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, definitely. Lougenia, you have been awesome, tremendous, so powerful and empowering. I want to thank you for taking time out of because I know you got a busy day, busy life, busy stuff going on. You know what? I always say that I heard this saying a long time ago, if you want something done, give it to a busy person, because that's who's going to get it done for you. Right?
Right.
So I want to thank you for coming on board, joining us on this summit. You have been amazing. It's been an amazing session. I don't want to let you go. I could keep you here forever, but I know you have to run. And I
Thank
promised
you.
everyone I would, keep this kind of short. So thank you so much. Everyone, look on the bottom of your screen. Download your free gift. Stay tuned for the next presentation. We'll be back very soon, okay?
Bye bye.